Hello everybody, it's Lucas Mackintosh here and I'm back with some more Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo Mini Classic, and I am on Star Road, and this is going to be sort of a different sort of set of videos because this is actually commentary done over gameplay I actually recorded last night. So basically I'm on the special stages now in Star Road and I just couldn't do them live. I just could not do it. They're just so difficult. They're some of the most difficult levels on the game. They are in fact hidden stages that you can actually unlock by doing all of Star Road, and once you do all those stages then the game recognises you as a super player, so they're definitely worth doing because they actually alter the game somewhat, changing palettes and I think changing enemy types as well. So yeah, it's going to be really strange commentating over my own footage, but I hope you enjoy these videos anyway. Big shout out to Prince Watercress. He's absolutely one of the best Let's Players sort of out there and a really nice guy. I actually mentioned in, I think it was my second video about a song called Grandma We Love You. It was a UK #1 hit, and I actually was talking about how I used to fit the tune to the Koopa Kids. Grandma we love you, Grandma we love you, something like that. And then Prince Watercress actually went to the trouble of actually finding the song on YouTube and actually explaining who it actually was, and it was actually the St. Winifred's Choir. I mean, it really made me smile and laugh and really cheered me up because I was feeling a bit down. So thank you, Prince Watercress, for that. So yeah, absolutely made my day. So now I'm going to head over to Star Road, hopefully, and try and get the special stages done. I say hopefully because I've edited these videos as best I can. So if I do have a power up or you see me with a Yoshi or something that you haven't seen me pick up, it's purely because that I've edited those bits out where I've actually gone to different levels. I've kept some of that in but not too much. So we'll start off with the first level, which is Gnarly. Now again, all these levels are tough. The first one's kind of like an intro level, so it's not as tough as the later ones, but one thing I have learned is that each level, it's a bit like every level is a puzzle, right? And there's a specific way or specific ways of actually completing it. Now that might sound like, well, isn't that just every level in Mario World? Well, not so. I'll give you an example. There's one level where if you want to complete the level, you can do it the hard way, or you can use Yoshi, get some wings, and you'll fly up into this bonus area, and it actually lets you collect coins, and then you can finish the level. So there's like almost hidden exits as well. It's very strange. Some levels are also very overwhelming and unfair as well, but if you can beat these levels then consider yourself a Super Mario World master. So I always like to get the hardest levels done first, and now that, well, I'm ahead of myself. Once I've actually done these levels, I know I've done them but you're going to see me do them, then that means I can actually concentrate on the game in terms of its structure, because one thing I love about this game is you start off in, say, like the first world and you get shot off to different places because there's secrets and shortcuts. It's a really fun game. So take for example this level. You can use the P blocks, I think, and create platforms, or you can just fly through basically. So some levels as well are very tricky because you get levels where there's long stretches of sky and lifts sometimes, and you think, oh, I'll just fly through. You can't always do that because it's such levels are structured that you can't get away with just flying and just making it too easy, which I think is a really good idea in hindsight, although I didn't think so at the time. I was like, grumbling away, why can't these levels just let me just fly through them? But yeah, once you complete the levels it actually gets easier, I think. So for example this level you kind of need to use the P. You need to use multiple P's to actually get through. Now one thing you need to try to do is you need to, I think for this one, let the P move a little bit before grabbing it, and it'll give you a little bit more time because you need enough P to actually fly through to the whole of the stage. So you need to keep collecting them. As you can see, it's easy to get caught out by the enemies there. So yeah, it took me, again, I think it took like 3 hours or something. I think I was doing it last night, and I think a little bit yesterday as well. So I actually got home from the gym and I was feeling pretty motivated. I thought, you know what, I'm going to try those final few stages, the special stage, and just see if I can do it. And I kind of thought it would take me ages, so I think I initially struggled with the first 3/4 of this, of these special stages, I should say, but I actually managed to do the last 3. I believe it was yesterday, so I was like really stoked. I was like, Christ, I've actually done it. You know, I was quite impressed with myself. So yeah, I can actually get on with the game now, you know. Alright, so again, it's really weird commentating on gameplay that you did previously, because I'm so used to doing it live. So if I do end up talking about different things, then I do apologise. But yeah, I've got lots of videos planned for this year. I'm trying to get more reviews done. I do love doing reviews, but it just takes an awful lot of time. There you go, got caught out again by that football player there. Yeah, so I'm trying to get more reviews done. I'm trying to get my website up and running as well, so that's going to be a very slow process. It could take many months because of time, and I'm trying to just do video reviews, and it does take a very long time to do. So I'm going to try and get my next review up. I'm hoping by, let me see, well, by the time I'm doing this video, it's like is it Thursday? No, it's Wednesday. So I'm hoping by late next week I should have the video done. I'm doing a wrestling one, my next review. I'm doing WCW Mayhem and WWF Warzone, that's the plan. I've been playing through Mayhem, and I have to say, guys, if you've not played that for the PlayStation 1, play it. It is absolutely brilliant. It's the only wrestling game, well, one of the only wrestling games I've ever played that actually feels like a wrestling game. I know how weird that sounds, but it actually feels like more, I'm in a wrestling ring and I'm fighting, and you know, it really gets you pumped about winning the title. So it's unlike most sort of like early WWF games by Acclaim. You win the title and think, oh, that's great, but I don't really feel fulfilled. You actually feel challenged with WCW Mayhem. Not that Warzone's a bad game, I don't think. I mean, today people would look at it and think, oh my god, it's stiff, the controls are rubbish, and it's got some Mortal Kombat moves and everything, but you know, I actually enjoy that game. And as I mentioned in my reviews, I kind of like playing games that people say are bad or, you know, terrible. I always like to see, are they really that bad, or you know, maybe they're just misunderstood. So there you go, guys. I've been wiped out in Mario World, but I can continue, and I'm going to keep trying, guys. A lot of the trouble is with this sort of way cool level, you have to hit switches to actually progress. You have to turn them on and off and stuff. If you turn certain ones off, you could end up falling. If you turn certain ones on, you could end up falling. You have to kind of hope and pray that you can make it. And as you can see, I just I messed that bit up there, and I just fell to the floor, shockingly. Not good. So I'm going to try again. But as I mentioned, each level there is either a specific way to do it. You just got to figure out. Also, you need a lot of luck. Like some levels, it's like you'll try and fly through the first part of the level and you'll land, and there's like one level with bullet bills and you can get wiped out, but sometimes you can get lucky and like not get hit, and like that's part of the fun of this game, I think. Although it is and can be very frustrating. So I'm leaving Star Road now because I think I actually tried to pick up some secrets. Why do I keep saying secrets? Power-ups. I keep saying secrets for some reason. I think because this game's chock full of them, really. So yeah, I can see now that I'm doing things, and this was like when I was really stressed because I was playing through it, and I was actually trying initially to do it live, so I did attempt it, but a lot of my commentary was, I've no problem with negativity, or, you know, I just thought, God, it's just too negative, and I was swearing all over the place. I was getting nowhere. You know, I'd formulate a plan. I'd be like, right, guys, I'm going to get Yoshi and I'm going to do this, and I'd fail like straight away. And I think in the end, I just give up. I was like, oh my God, the only way to really do this is to do it, you know, on my own, and then add commentary to it. So I think I actually at this point had an idea of, if I have like power-ups and Yoshi, it will give me more of a chance to actually survive. Because my main way of getting through most platform games is sometimes, like, if I'm near the end, like 3/4 of the way through, and I have to sacrifice a hit point to get to the goal, then I kind of do that. So that's kind of my thinking with Mario World. A lot of the time I would sacrifice a hit point, or sacrifice even Yoshi to get through. See, look at this, I'm trying to fly through, and you just can't do it. It's just one of those levels. So that's an example of what not to do. But for some reason I just think, oh, I'll be alright, I'll give it another try. So it's kind of like trying different things and seeing how far you can get. That's the key with this these special stages, I think. You know, again, in hindsight, it's a wonderful thing, it is a lot of fun, but I think the trick with this level is you need Yoshi to actually, because Yoshi can actually bounce off the heads of those insects, so you can actually survive. So that's one key reason that you should use Yoshi for this level, because it makes it a lot easier. And God knows how I survived most of these little, I don't know whether they're spiders or what they are, but my God, they are really cool and very intimidating as well. See, look, the wings are there, so I'm like, okay, there's wings there. So I tried to get them as Mario, but I thought, okay, what do I need the wings for? And like, it didn't twig that I needed Yoshi. For some reason, it just didn't click with me that Yoshi Yoshi can get the wings and he can fly through. I don't know why it didn't register with me. I kept trying to do this level as Mario. I think it probably is possible if you've done this level enough times and if you know what to expect, but you kind of need pinpoint timing and precision, so you need to have played this game to death, I think. So yeah, I got a game over there, but I'm kind of leaving that in because I thought, you know what, perseverance is the key. So I'm trying to persevere. So I go back to the first level, Gnarly, and I think I'm after power-ups. I know I like pick up a mushroom and a feather. I've no idea why I did this. I was just, I guess because I was like, oh, I need power-ups. I started panicking and I'm like, oh, well, if I go to the first level, maybe I can just get some power-ups. Compared to Mario Bros. 3, I've just suddenly realised this actually has less power-ups than that game. There was actually more power-ups in that game, and I kind of missed that. I do kind of wish there was more in this game, so I kind of simplified it a little bit for this. And also, I think this is actually easier than Mario 3, I could be wrong. I mean, I did play Mario 3 as a kid, but I completed it using warps, I think. So I did complete it, but I didn't actually go through all the worlds. And I remember Bowser was just, I think on that game, if I remember rightly, Bowser's kind of creating chaos, but he's also kind of committing suicide. So in many ways, he's destroying a load of blocks, and Mario's just like watching him, and then you rescue the princess. So yeah, it's brought it back. So I remember the first proper video game I ever played wasn't Mario. For most people it was, but for me it was Double Dragon for the Commodore 64. That was the first game I ever played. And I think after that, because my friend, he had everything. He had a Commodore 64, he had an NES, he had a SNES, he had all the consoles, and it was like, oh my God. And I would only get to spend 2 hours at his house every day, and I'm like, and then it'd be time to go home, and it's like, well, I don't have any computers at my house, so it's like, oh my God. So every time I go, I'd be enthralled. I think I played, my first taste of Mario Bros. Was probably on his NES. And then eventually we got an NES. So we tended to get consoles very late in their lifespan, so we got the NES a few years before it was due to be superseded by the Super Nintendo, and we got a handful of games. And then when I got a paper round, I actually brought a few games. I know that we had Mario and Duck Hunt, which was like the generic things that everybody had, and then the next game we had was Mario 2. I think Dad come back from, where did he come from? I think it was like WH Smith's, and he come home with a copy of Mario 2, and that was like a revelation because it was like such a cool game. And obviously the internet wasn't around back then, and so we didn't know that this, even though I recognise it as Mario 2, it's not actually the true sequel, because there's like what is now known as the Lost Levels on Mario All-Stars is the official Mario 2, but Japanese gamers were like, people in the West won't understand this game, won't be able to do it, it'll be too difficult for them. Little did they know that there's some hardcore players all over the world who have actually beaten it. I've never actually beaten Lost Levels, if I'm honest. Again, that's way beyond my skill range, so I've kind of like to, I've got a comfort zone really, and I kind of like to stay in it. Oh god, there's saws everywhere. This level, I'm not even talking about how dangerous this level is. I'm sorry guys, I hope you don't mind me sharing my retro memories. That's one thing why I love YouTube, because I just love retro Let's Plays and retro gamers, and everybody just, sharing their passion, and that's what it's all about to me, Absolutely love it. It's one of my favourite things to do. I love coming home, I just love making videos. Oh, I've just overshot that. Even though sometimes, even I get frustrated with some of these levels. I mean, like, half the reason why I couldn't post the original commentary with this video was because I turned the air blue more than a few times, and I'm not against swearing. I mean, I will swear if it's necessary. Sometimes I have said things a bit too much, but I'm not like one of those people who go, I've just missed the effing thing and F this, and I'm going to get the effing block. I don't think, for me, that makes for a good video, because I think if you're constantly swearing, it can be quite offensive. And also, I'm always mindful of the age range of people watching my videos, so I hope no one's offended anyway, so. Oh dear. Oh, come on Lucas, you can do this. See, there's those wings again, and this is my brain, this is the way my brain works, guys. I never see the obvious. I'm like, oh, wings, why can't Mario get them? And I'm totally forgotten about Yoshi. I'm like, oh. And then like, it'll take half an hour later, and I'll be like, hang on a minute, I can use Yoshi, and I can get those wings, and maybe I can fly. It doesn't always, I think because I'm concentrating so hard on trying to figure the level out, I'm just getting a bit flustered at the same time. So I'm like, I need Yoshi. It takes me a while to figure that out. But yeah, hopefully this year I'm going to get more reviews done. I know I've got some reviews on this channel. I do have my retro game room, where I want to do lots and lots of reviews. I've got like 4 reviews up at the moment, and I would like to do more, so I need to spend a lot more time doing that. So I'm just trying to divide my time between doing reviews and Let's Play. So hopefully I have some reviews on this channel I've done, but that was when I'm still kind of starting out when it comes to reviews. So I did attempt to do some with a camcorder and then switch to game footage and stuff, so I've got a few of them on the go. So I tried a few different styles to see what I thought would suit me. So yeah, and as you can see with this level as well, it's quite a clever level, but very devious, because I thought at this point, you know what, I want to see what happens if I don't press any switches. And it just takes you all the way back around, and you just think, God, what a cruel level this is. So, at least I'm showing you guys what not to do on this anyway. So yeah, it's interesting to see. Yeah, I thought as a little experiment as well, what I thought was going through my head at the time to try to figure this out. So I think is at this point I figure out, well, I need Yoshi, you know, I need some power-ups, so I try to find some power-ups. I definitely, one thing I can't remember, and I'm really struggling, in fact I'm going to look it up now, is I can't remember if I've done, is it Mario Land 2 on my channel? I'm not sure if I have. I've just, because obviously Mario Land 2 reminds me so much of Mario World because they use the same sprite. So if I haven't done it, then potentially that's a Let's Play I could do. I'm sure I reviewed it. I know I definitely reviewed it. No, I don't think I did.